Any idea how many participants are joining in? Could not hear you.
You're lying.
Oh, okay.
Good morning and welcome to the live webinar on My Mission Admission, your gateway to your dream career, college and course. We have today with us very interesting topic of webinar, that is public relations. How is it difficult? How it is different from marketing? So while it is true that the demarcation line between public relations and marketing is very blurred to the outsider, but there is a stark difference between the two communication tools, that makes public relation different from marketing. But how are these different? What is it that makes public relations different from marketing? And we all have this little confusion. हम सबको ये थोड़ा doubt रहता है कि why they are different. What is it that there is not in marketing जो एक marketing वाला करता है and public relation. Why would somebody do public relations and when he can do a marketing thing? And what are the job prospects in public relations? So all these questions, they really bother us. How do we go about it, and why is it better on even if it is at par with marketing? So there's so many things that bother us or confuse us. So to answer all these questions today, we have with us Miss Shruti Bhattacharya. Hi, Shruti.
Hi.
How are you?
All good, thank you. Good morning, everyone.
Yeah. So Shruti, she's a manager at Image INC. She has 7 years of experience in PR and marketing communication, and she has seen the best of both worlds, PR agencies and corporate communication department. She has worked with major PR agencies in the country like Ad Factors, and over the years she has seen the transition from traditional PR to digital PR. So, as I said, she's an expert in this field, and I'm sure that she'll be able to really guide us and tell us what is it all about PR that is so interesting and really upcoming, and how it has changed everything. So, Shruti, I will just request you to just give an outline first,
Mhm.
and to address the audience that what is it that we are going to discuss today in our today's webinar.
All
Just
right.
you can just give an outline.
Okay, so great. As Puneet mentioned, we're talking about how PR is different from marketing today. We'll firstly outline the major differences that are there between PR and marketing, what tools entail PR, what tools entail marketing, and how, as a process, they're different when you're communicating to your audience. After that, we're going to discuss how PR has transitioned over the years and why PR is now a much more important role than what it used to be earlier. What are the job prospects in PR and what are the skill sets, which is very important. Many people enter the PR industry not knowing what skill sets are required in this industry. So we're going to talk about those things as well.
Exactly. So one by one, I'll be just setting up the questions to you, and then we can
Sure,
elaborate on each of them, right?
sure.
So, Shruti, first of all, I would like everybody to know that why PR is different from marketing. How is it different from marketing? What exactly is PR? What exactly is public relations?
Okay, so now basically everyone knows that marketing contains is part of both ATL as well as BTL activities. ATL being above the line and BTL being below the line activities. Since marketing is a set and PR is a subset, many people think that, oh, if I can do marketing, I can do PR as well. That's the biggest misconception that needs to be clarified of PR and marketing. The tools that you use to reach out to your audience will be very different when you look into PR. The whole point of PR is to build your brand image and connect with the stakeholders who might or might not be your last end consumer. Whereas in marketing, the entire look and feel of your campaign, of whatever you do, of how you build your structure of a marketing campaign is how to engage with your end customer. So
Okay.
that's point number one. Point number two would be in PR, it's always about third party endorsement. You're never directly engaging with your customer. Whereas in marketing, there's always a one-way channel of communication between the marketing agency or the marketing department and the customer. There's always a one-way communication wherein the marketing agency wants to communicate, I am the best soap in the market. So they will communicate, I am the best soap in the market. That's a one-way channel communication. Whereas in PR, the whole point will be someone else will come and tell you that this is the best soap in the country. So that is the main difference of how PR and marketing work in engaging with their customers and what all stakeholders do they follow when they are engaging with the customer. That's
Okay.
number one. Number two, coming to the whole point, which this is the main perception that people have about PR and marketing, that in marketing you have to spend a lot of money because your ad campaigns will work, your events will cost you something, but PR is a free tool. You just have to engage with journalists, ask them to write about your company, and it's a free medium. While PR is a free medium, and if a company has a particular selling point, it will be sold in the market via the journalist. It is no longer a free medium right now. With such these days, and newspapers having hardly any space for news, all the news that we read has also become a lot of paid articles and advertorial. That is one transition that has been. So you can't any longer say that PR is a free medium and in marketing you have to spend a lot of money. If you want to engage with your audience via a third party medium, you might need to spend money in PR as well. So that's point number two. Coming to another basic difference that PR and marketing has always been and will always probably be showcased is PR is a smaller thing to handle, while marketing will have a lot of advertising things to be taken care of, direct marketing to be taken care of, events to be seen, brand building to be seen. People limit PR to just a small thing that you just get in touch with journalists, get some stories done, and you're done with your job. But as a working communication tool, PR also has a lot of things which are necessary, which are not always seen by an outsider, but which happens on a day-to-day basis. Um, we are living in a world where where news is no longer limited to newspapers. Every second anything happens, we get an update via Times of India app or an NDTV app that such and such thing has happened. And so what happens? You get live real-time news. How do you stop that? How do you stop news which can cause crisis to your client? How do you stop that? That is all via PR. And you have to give due credit to the function which helps you in times of crisis. If if suppose in the case of the Cadbury worm issue, you got to know it today, but your ad campaign cannot go out. Your creatives will take at least, even if you stretch it, it will take at least 2 hours to get it done, and it can be released in the newspaper only tomorrow. PR is a thing, PR is a function which comes of use now. Issue occurs now, issue make you meet the spokesperson, they clarify the issue, they give a clarifying statement, and you're done. So, in terms of crisis, always PR is always the first touch point as not marketing. So, it has to be given its due credit, and it's a mix of both. Any company has to use a mix of both PR as well as marketing. How well
Yes,
a
right.
company uses it, how well a company uses it, and in what how do you say fraction to use it. That I want to use 70% of PR and 30% of marketing. It all depends on the company's outlook. How do they want to what is their growth trajectory? But that's basically what they need to understand after post analyzing how PR can work for them and how marketing can work for them.
All right, all right.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So, okay. So, what is it that comes under the purview of public relations?
I'm sorry.
What is it that comes under the purview of public relations? What are the tools?
Okay, so I'll first tell you what are the headers that come under PR, and then I'll come to the tools. So, brand building is one of the most important things that comes under the purview of public relations. So, when you have brand building, you start promoting a company in a certain way. After brand building, PR is used for a lot of sales driven activities also. That's point number two, that's header number two. And crisis communication, that's another aspect where I just give an example. PR comes off in a lot of views. PR also helps in a lot of strategic communication across stakeholders, and your stakeholders can be anyone from your employees to your end customer, to your ministries, to the government, to the media, to everyone. So a unified communication approach via to all your stakeholders comes mainly via PR. Now the tools that come into PR mainly you'll have to first understand how PR works in the digital medium and how PR works in the traditional medium. Now, as most of the PR that we're still learning and still developing is more on the traditional medium.
Yes. Shruti, are you there? I think we are facing some technical difficulty. We'll be waiting for Shruti to join again. So far, we have known that how basically PR is different from marketing. There's some basic differences in PR and marketing. Uh, it is, PR is generally more free campaign. It is the starting of the campaign, and it is not really marketing. You don't really have to spend money to run ads. So it's a PR is basically a third party thing. Somebody tells you that this is a good thing, this is a good product, this is a good company. So that's the basic differences. The rest of the differences we'll just have to wait for Shruti to come. So what we'll be following further will be, um, we were just speaking about the tools that they come under public relations. She'll be talking more about that, and then we'll be talking about change in PR dynamics. She was just talking about traditional PR and digital PR. She had just started to talk about traditional PR, and she'll be elaborating on that. And then we'll be seeing how the things have changed over the years, how it has become a multifaceted approach. So we'll be talking about that in some while. And she was focusing on the skill set that is required, which she was saying that is very important for somebody to go into PR, and what kind of aptitude is required, what kind of skill set is required. So we'll be learning about that because, of course, any field that you go into, especially where you have to deal with the people, where you have to deal with public, you need to have a certain skill set. You need to have certain aptitude, to be able to excel in that field. So Shruti will be telling us about that. And of course, she'll be telling us about the growth prospects, the career prospects that we have in this field. Because, we don't really know how much PR has grown over the years. So we don't really know what are the job prospects. So in a while, we'll be discussing about that too. So due to some technical difficulty, part A of this webinar will just terminate here, and we'll be continuing with the part B in about 5 minutes. So please stay tuned.